Greetings, greetings, beautiful beings. Thank you for tuning in to today's Movement Medicine Morsel. We're continuing our short and sweet week with sessions of 10 minutes or less to bring some sweetness and freedom into different parts of our bodies and our minds and our spirits, because everything's all connected. Can't separate one from the other. And the nice thing is that when we free up one part of the body, it sends a message to every other part. So you may feel better all over, even if we're focusing on what seems to be one area only. So today's theme is going to be freeing up our beautiful shoulders. So you're welcome to do this seated. You can always lie down and visualize it. Just relax and picture it moving smoothly in your mind's eye. And I'm going to demonstrate today standing up. So if anyone wants to play with this standing up, you can do that too. So wherever we are, let's always begin with some settling of the energy. We want to bring ourselves into alignment and equilibrium. And some of the best ways to do this are to connect with the bigger energies that are eternal, because we can always borrow support from them and remember that we are actually bigger than we think we are, especially when we're in that shrinking, contracting, self-doubting kind of phase, or maybe just tired or overwhelmed. So let's bring ourselves back into alignment with all our possibilities by planting our feet and feeling the soles of our feet opening up and connecting to the ground. This works if you're seated as well. And if you're in the chair, you have the chair seat to feel your sit bones and hips dropping. And from that foundation, we float upwards through the spine and get a little bit of extra lightness. We're never stiffening up, we're just tuning in and dancing with these elements. If you're lying down, just feel the support of the ground wherever you feel the ground touching the back of your body, and improvise. Be free, be playful. So here we are, standing or sitting nice and tall. And if you like, you can rest your hands on your belly, or one on the chest, one on the belly. And let's smile softly and connect with breath. Allowing the breath to flow in gently on the inhale and to flow out just as gently on the exhale. So we're noticing our posture, namely our connection to earth and sky, our connection to the space around us and within us through our breath, and a soft smile connecting us to playfulness and possibilities and freedom. And from here, we're going to play with our shoulders. So starting very simply, remember we want to feel ease and comfort. Let's inhale our shoulders up. And exhale, let them melt down slowly and let them really relax at the bottom. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, gently lowering. So we're doing these simple movements with as much awareness and sweetness and love that we can put in them, because that's medicine right there. And now we'll take a new direction. So on the inhalation, let's gently draw the shoulder blades back and exhale forwards. So of course we're focusing on the shoulders, but they spill over into the areas above and below. And we want to feel the interconnection of everything. So now let's inhale up and circle back, and exhale down and circle under and forward. So we're painting or tracing a smooth circle. And this can be as small or as big, and you're finding your rhythm. And now what's nice to do is to syncopate. So one shoulder makes its full circle, inhaling and exhaling, and then so does the other one. Now at this point, if your head and neck want to move, if your chest wants to move, if you're standing up, maybe your knees even want to move. Maybe in the chair you're wiggling. If you're lying down, maybe you're smiling. and feeling this all internally. And now let's just fluff and shake that out a little bit and shake out through the head and the neck. And imagine the neck is nice and long. So the sense of the head is a balloon filled with helium that can rise up. And let's bring the fingertips of one hand to its shoulder, and we're going to paint elbow circles. So exhale, the elbow dips down. Inhale, we paint a circle in front. The face touches, the cheekbone touches the arm or the hand, and you finish the circle letting the head participate. So inhale, coming up, and then gently looking around and back. I'll find a better angle here. Inhale, coming up, the cheekbone follows. Now don't look at me, look at your elbow. You can look at me the first time just to see what you're doing, or the first couple of times. But once you get into it, give yourself a couple of opportunities to let your cheek, throat, head, eyes follow the movement. And this might bring you into a little bit of rotation. So one more, and then letting that arm pour down and rest. And just see how that feels. How does that one side feel? And you might even think into or sense into all the way from the side of the head, neck, and down into the chest and shoulder, because of course it's all interconnected. So anywhere there that you're feeling something, let yourself feel it, and don't try to look for what you're not feeling, if you know what I mean. We often think, oh, what's the right thing? What does she want me to feel? I don't want to give that impression, so I'll just make clarity around it. Feel your experience. That's where the sovereignty comes. So let's do the other side now. You can wiggle it out, grow nice and tall, be free, be playful, explore. Exhale, the elbow dips. Inhale, the elbow paints a semicircle. You catch the cheek and you follow in a lovely, luscious twist. Inhale, coming up the front. Nice chest opening, armpit opening, and following around. So of course this movement might be smaller for you. Maybe your shoulder says, that's not comfortable for me to go up so high. The beauty with these circles and with feeling into the experience is you get to do exactly what is most liberating for you today. So let's take one more circle here. Nice inhalation and exhalation, releasing. Let that float down. Just see how all of that feels, And we're going to shake out the fingers and the hands. And the shaking here is focusing mostly on releasing out through the fingers, because that shakes out the whole arm. So imagine you're shaking water droplets off of your fingers, and let your neck be free. If your head and neck want to move around, that's okay. And let that come to a close, and we're going to finish with one last sweet movement to release through the throat. So take one hand, and probably it's easiest to mirror me, and we're going to place the hand quietly on the opposite side of the chest and slightly pull down, just enough to feel the anchoring. And then we're going to tip the opposite ear to its shoulder, just enough that you feel a pleasant opening. And now we're going to yawn. And you can make sound. You can open your eyes. You can be as goofy as you like. And sliding the jaw from side to side. And then relax that, and on the angle that your head is already living on at the moment, simply rotate your face to look down and to look up just a couple of times. Notice how that echoes through this whole area. Let that be. Check it out. Dance with a little bit. Have some fun. Whew. And the last part is to do the other side. So nice and tall, we're taking the other hand to the opposite side of the chest. We're gently stroking down to hold it, but not press too hard, just enough that it's there. And then lifting up and tipping the opposite ear to the shoulder, finding some sweetness here, and then going into your You're yawning, playing with the jaw. And maybe you're noticing some sensations as you move your jaw, that there are sensations in the chest, in the neck maybe. Ooh. And then the head on this angle, pretend it's a planet that's going to rotate a little bit on this tipped axis. Just nice and smooth. Maybe you want to exhale when you look down, inhale when you rotate up, and then bringing this to a close. See how that feels. And then see how your shoulders feel. Last piece. Okay, I always have one last thing. Let the hands rest, palms touching and fingers touching your thighs, and keep this contact. And let's do a couple of little shoulder circles with the hands just sliding on the thighs. And because we haven't done any yet, let's do a few going forwards. And let the rest of your body get involved. Your trunk might want to get involved. If you're standing, your hips might want to get involved. And let's do a couple of circles back. And with the shoulders back, the chest open, standing or sitting tall. Thank you for coming. I hope your shoulders feel freer and happier, and they will be expressive and lovely in your awareness for whatever else you do the rest of the day or evening. Thank you for coming. Many blessings, and we'll see you next time. Love to your shoulders, from my shoulders to yours.